So as you can see, it's already here, but we're gonna have it. We're gonna have it. As long as you can hear me. Yes, we'll talk about, conclude our talk on common foods to help with high blood pressure. Merry Christmas to all of you. I was unable to do it. I tried several times, but I think poor network. And the fog, because of the Harmattan, made everywhere, even with lightning, you can't have a bright light. So that's why, even when you're outside, it looks like it's foggy or misty, whichever way, either fog or mist. But the weather is not clear. That's how it is here right now. And so you are welcome to my healthy food place. And here I educate and enlighten us on how to regain and retain our health through natural foods. And the particular aspect we are focusing this time around is the natural foods to help you with high blood pressure. A lot of people are still crying out. A lot of people are still worried about high blood pressure. A lot of people are still experiencing elevated blood pressure, even in the presence or in the midst of all their medications. A lot of people are still going through it. And so that is exactly the reason why we have to conclude it today. We've talked about the things that predispose you and the things that makes you at risk, puts you at risk of high blood pressure. And so tonight I want to share a few of those foods that can help you. Already you are aware that soursop leaves, when you boil it and drink, it helps. You are aware that, you are welcome. You are aware that apart from soursop, black pepper, foods like black pepper helps you with blood pressure if you are experiencing high blood pressure. You are also aware that foods like hibiscus flower tea, you are not to just buy any of the high sodium drinks or any of the carbonated drinks like other people, like during the Christmas and the New Year. You are not to buy any of such and just begin to drink, because they come with other things that can cause inflammations for you and cause elevated blood pressure. And so it is necessary for you to always have your eye on those things that can trigger the blood pressure. You must avoid them, because prevention is always better than cure. Prevention is always better than cure. So we talked about the cayenne pepper. It's okay for you for your high blood pressure. We talked about some other leaves like mango leaves. Even if you can't get the fresh mango leaf, you can occasionally boil the dried one if you have access to the mango leaves. The point is, a lot of people don't have access to some of the fresh versions, but a lot of people do have it even in abundance. So you can boil your mango leaves and take it. Yes, you can boil your lemongrass tea and take it. Now, it's not only about teas, because you will agree that it's only tea cannot solve your problem, the problem of high blood pressure. Only tea will not do it. Other things that you will need include, you need proteins, you need healthy fats. That is where a lot of people get confused. When you are looking for what to eat, it's not that the money is not there, but what to eat is the problem. I just did a video. I've been trying to upload. By tomorrow that video should be uploaded. What to eat. You must be able to have in mind, as if you are managing high blood pressure, what you are eating, because it's exactly what you eat and your lifestyle that produce they produce high blood pressure. And so it is what you eat again that will stop or reverse the high blood pressure. So you don't have to just eat anything. You have other foods, apart from the kitchen ingredients, the kitchen spices like onions, the common onions you see. Don't take those spices for granted. If you ignore them, either because they are expensive or because of whatever reason, if you do not include those spices for a couple of weeks, you might your blood may begin to get thicker and thicker. And that is especially with older adults. The blood is getting thicker. When a woman enters her menopause, the blood is getting thicker and thicker when you are getting older. And so you do not have to eat, because it is this thickness in the blood that predisposes you to high blood pressure. It is one of the things, not the only cause. It's one of the things that can open door for high blood pressure. And that is why you need to include blood thinners in your diet in moderation. If you are managing high blood pressure, you must include blood thinners like turmeric. Make tea with ginger and turmeric. All these black pepper, they are blood thinners. Pomegranate tea or juice helps to clean out the arteries. I have seen people that are managing high blood pressure. I have met a lot of people who complain that, oh, their blood pressure is not responding, their blood pressure is this, only to suggest to them to take pomegranate juice. And the thing began to come down. What it simply means is that at certain times, you may not be giving your body what is missing in your diet. What you need to reset your balance internally may not be what you are giving your body. What caused high blood pressure for the other man may not be what is responsible for your own high blood pressure. And so you need to include the green vegetables, especially the low-calorie greens. Because when you come to green vegetables like kale, celery, they are all very, very good and low in calorie. You can add them to your salads. All the low-calorie vegetables, cabbage is part of it. Carrot, they are part of it. Some vegetables are quite low in calorie. Pumpkin seeds are good for you. So you do not have to wait until you want to have all the vegetables. You may have access to some of the vegetables, but you need to understand when you eat or consume any vegetable, you need to listen to your body. Network is giving us real headache here. So you must bear with me. Network is giving us real headache. So you need to always listen to your body each time you take any of the vegetables, because some vegetables like kale, celery have more positive effect on your blood pressure. Some are not, all the vegetables are not the same. They are not created equal. Some are lighter, and you, as someone managing high blood pressure, you must focus on those ones that are lighter in weight. High blood pressure does not like foods that are heavy, foods that are deficient in terms of nutrients, foods that are, cloggy or sticky. High blood pressure does not like such, and you must remember that you must be very choosy about vegetables too. You must be very choosy about the type of carbohydrates you take. You must be very choosy about the grains. Thank you. Merry Christmas, my sister. You are welcome. Network has been giving us headache here. And so I tried to try now, and it was okay. And I'm glad you're in the house. And so I'm saying that, the grains, when you come to grains, for instance, you don't have to just take any grain that you like. You see where I'm talking from. You don't have to take any grain. Be choosy. Be choosy. If you are managing high blood pressure, Be choosy about your vegetable. Be choosy about your grains. Be choosy about anything. You don't have to say, is it not vegetable? Like when you talk about fruits, you need to be choosy too. The best fruits for those, I know that, for instance, I know that watermelon is good. But now, if you are a diabetic and you are managing high blood pressure, you do not have to be romancing with, I mean, you don't have to be be friendly with watermelon because of the glycemic index. Because some people, even if you are not managing diabetes, if you are managing high blood pressure, you should also have an eye on your blood sugar. If you are up to 50 or above 50, you can't just focus on the blood pressure. And then if you see something that's high in sugar, you go and take it in large amount. For me, for instance, now, I was not actually I was actually missing out on papaya, I must confess to you. But I'm glad to report that, honestly, recently, I eat a lot of it without affecting my blood sugar. And that is why I say that as you get older, you must keep on making changes. Some few years ago, I made some videos about papayas that I was taking, and it was, spiking my sugar, for instance. But today now, I take it very well, especially this particular species. And because you need to also understand that all these our fruits and vegetables, they are different. They are different species, and they are not the same. You must understand. Each one, you don't start again. You are laughing again. Network, oh, please. And so, please bear with me. This network, I just want to make sure I keep my appointment today with us. So please, you keep holding on. We'll make it a brief one because of the bad network. So you need to be choosy about the fruits you need. You need to be choosy about vegetables. I'm talking of those managing high blood pressure. You need to be choosy about your vegetables. You need to be choosy about your grains. You need to be choosy about the proteins you are taking. You need to be choosy about everything. Because if you do not make it like that, if you do not choose it like make it like that, it's going to affect either your blood sugar. And so you need to be having mind on them. So you need to be choosy about everything, because if you're managing high blood pressure, the blood sugar also, you be careful with it. For instance, now a lot of people are consuming rice. You won't agree that even before now, I was almost staying away from rice, but I ate lots of it today. I enjoyed it. I added moringa, as I told us in that video. I added some moringa and it was good. Put tomatoes, moringa, put your fish, put your vegetables, whatever you want to put some amount of proteins there. If you want to add chicken, you go ahead. And you will notice that you won't have any problem with your blood sugar. I ate it very, very well today. Rice. And this is a food I was avoiding before. So you must also stop avoiding this. When people are eating, you stay away. You can't eat this, you can't eat that, you can't eat this. All the natural foods, I repeat, all the natural foods, they are good for you if you're managing high blood pressure. They are good for you if you're managing high blood sugar too. If you take them in moderation, if you take them, prepare them the right way. If you prepare the food the right way and consume it at the right time, you will not have problem with your blood pressure. When you come to the proteins, you need to focus on easily digestible proteins like the black-eyed cowpea. Take soya beans in moderation. I want you to pay attention. Soya beans is not too good. Yes, it's not the phone that is causing it. It's the Harmattan. We are in Harmattan than in Smith. The Harmattan here is heavy. I don't know where you are speaking, where you are writing from. I think it's Danny Smith. Yes, it's not the phone. There is, and you can see I'm not in my studio where I normally record because of the poor network. I missed out 4 p.m. But I decided to try right here where I am. So this is not where I do, but this is another part of the building, the house. But I just said, let me try and see whether this network thing is going to be true, because I tried 4 p.m. several times, I didn't go through. So you can see it's already dark. I mean, very dark. But despite the darkness, the foggy sky, this thing, the weather is still, smoky when there's Harmattan. So just bear with as long as you're hearing my voice very well. Very, very important. So that's why I raise my voice to make it louder. It's not the phone. And so what I'm saying is that when you are managing high blood pressure, you need to be very, very choosy about what you take. When you come to the grains, for instance, you need to be choosy, and you need to ensure that, yes, thank you, voice is good. I love that. So as long as the voice is good, you make do with it, because that's why I'm almost shouting, because there's Harmattan, serious one here. No matter how you put the light is not good. So what I'm saying is that you need to choose your vegetables. Be very, very choosy. You need to choose, focus on those low-calorie vegetables. I said vegetables like celery is very good. It's very low. Vegetables like kale is very good. It's low in calorie. Vegetables like water leaf is very good. It's very low in calorie. These are vegetables that can help bring down your blood pressure. Even the spring onions. You can use it. It's good for blood cholesterol. Now, the fact is, a good number of people who are managing high blood pressure, unknown to them also, they may have high cholesterol. And some of them are even managing high blood sugar. And so that's why you need to be careful. So that while you are trying to deal with the high blood pressure, you will not give room for high cholesterol. That is why you need most of these low-calorie vegetables, like water leaf, like the celery, like the kale. Okay, from India, you are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. Please, when you comment the country you are speaking from. You are welcome from India. Nitish, you are welcome. So I'm talking on high blood pressure. Foods that can help you to reverse your high blood pressure, so that you do not continue to be under the fear and worry. I'm from Nigeria. This is Nigeria in West Africa. That's where I'm speaking from. And so you are welcome from Nigeria here. You're welcome from India too. And so I'm saying that you need to ensure that when you are managing high blood pressure, you need to be choosy about the foods you are eating. You need to be choosy about the kind of vegetables. The best vegetables are the low-calorie vegetables, like the celery, the kale, the water leaf, the set leaf, the cabbage, the cucumbers. These are very low vegetables, very easily digestible vegetables, vegetables that will not lead to weight, are not difficult to digest. You need to include low-calorie vegetables. Low-calorie vegetable like onions. A lot of you are not aware that onions is a vegetable. It's a vegetable. So you need low-calorie vegetables. All the leafy greens are good for you. But I caution you that you be careful with moringa. Don't take moringa for too long. It's great for you. I actually used it today to make my stew. And I took a little of it, pound it. After eating the rice, before I knew it, I slept off. It's very good. If you're having problem with sleeping, go get a very good moringa, because sleep helps with you with manage your blood pressure. A good and quality sleep helps you manage your blood sugar. A good and quality sleep helps you manage almost 99% of the ailments that trouble you. And so you don't joke with it. If you know any food that can help you have a good sleep, you should take it. Take that food moderately, because sleep itself is medicine. And so I used it, and it gives you energy that lasts for longer, but it's a blood thickener. I said so before. And most of the vegetables are blood thickeners. You must be aware of them. When the blood is too thick, especially with menopausal women, if you're a woman that is going through menopause, or you're already your menopause, you must be careful with blood thickeners. Mark the word. One is a blood thinner, one is a blood thickener. Tufi, yes, moringa. Oh, my friend, you're in the house from Israel. You're welcome. Moringa as powder is good. The leaf itself. Let me tell you a little about moringa powder, because I was involved in processing the powder several years ago. Now, I discovered something about some of the herbs, and moringa is one of them. When you dry them, they seem to have more positive effect. Honestly speaking, the acids in them are reduced. Some of them carry some dangerous acids. Honestly, I am saying this, I've consumed a lot of them. They seem to be more friendly, and moringa is one of such. Moringa contains a very high amount of vitamin C, if not dried. So if you take the fresh moringa, the vitamin C might start giving you things like heartburn. Yes, as a matter of fact, when I was trying to dry some moringa, when I had that time to dry some moringa leaves some years ago, I had lots of it. I'm even still gradually trying to do that to help some of my followers. And so when I get the fresh moringa, I don't take it. Why? Because the acid is high. But now, what I do, when I get the moringa oleifera, I take a little quantity because of the dry season. There's no vegetable anywhere, and we need plant-based diet that is complete. Okay, like you're asking me, how long should you take it? If you take it and you are feeling good about it, you know, when you take something and you feel relaxed, you feel calm, you can sleep fine. If you take it like that and you take it for like 2 weeks or 1 week, depending on how long you've been away from it or you've not taken it. But if you take it and you are feeling, if you continue taking it over time, you need to listen to your body. Your body will give you a signal when to stop. And you start feeling some like tightness in your chest. It's time to stop the moringa. Now, if you are taking it, depending on the quantity, little quantity is all you need though. Please, I have heard some people say that it's not like the regular vegetables. And that is where a lot of people are getting it wrong. They normally think moringa is like the regular vegetables, the conventional vegetables you buy in the market, and you put plenty, as much as you like. What you need in moringa is just very small. In fact, if you see what I used today to make my stew was just the dried one in the house and just a little handful. I have to grind it to almost very small. After grinding it, also up to a teaspoon, because although the stew wasn't much, but it was okay. Yes, very powerful. You don't have to put it. If you put too much, you will never take it again. It's not good. Just little is what you need. And you can't believe, immediately I finish eating that, I'm off to sleep. Sometimes my eyes will be shining. If you are having problems sleeping, my dear, let moringa be your friend. Especially if you are in your getting to 40s, or if you're 50 or 60, you have problems sleeping, go look for moringa or any of them. I have 2 species. I'm going to talk about one of them one of these days. I don't know how I stumbled on this species, maybe by accident, because that is how most foods are discovered. Most wonderful things is by accident, we call it. You just took it and you thought it was the right one, and only to find out that it's even more friendly than the other one, that the moringa oleifera. There are different species. I will show us one of these days. I will bring it not in a cloudy life like this, because you can see that the weather has made the place very cloudy. Even no matter how you put the light, the place is still dull. And so what I want to do, I will show us that one so that you'll be able to also have access to it and then begin to enjoy it. He said the magnesium has the same relaxation effect. Yes, that's what magnesium does. You know, it has magnesium too. And the other foods you can find magnesium is the cocoa. Though it has more amount of the cocoa powder, it has more amount of caffeine. It's good for blood pressure, and that magnesium is good for blood pressure too. Magnesium is there, potassium is there. I'm talking of the moringa leaves. Iron is there, calcium is there, zinc is there, vitamin A is there. I mean, in very, very large amount. There are some times I take this moringa some years back, and when it is getting too much, my teeth starts to like shaking. I don't know whether any of you have experienced that. This was about 10 years ago when I was taking moringa. When you start taking it and you start feeling like some kind of tightness in your chest or your body, stop it. Don't wonder what's wrong with you. It's the moringa that's doing it, because the nutrient is too much and your body can't take all of them. For instance, now, after having my stew today with moringa, I said I will not take the moringa for some time. I'm going to take a break, and I meant every word of it. If you take moringa in excess, honestly, you will never want to take it again. In moringa, there is iron and zinc. Yes, lots of iron, zinc. You don't know, you need to know more. This plant there, this moringa we are talking about, is too loaded. Only 1 pinch is what you need. I told you that a boy, a young teenage child, was almost gone when I met this boy in a village. A young boy of about 13 years. I had this moringa powder in my bag, in a container, and they said they were carrying the boy like a baby, a boy that was in secondary school, everywhere, because of poor nutrition. They say it's evil spirit and all kind of thing. You can't believe me, my people, that I gave them that moringa powder, a little quantity in a container, to start giving this boy. The next time we got there, this boy the boy that was already written off, waiting for death on the death row, has survived, running around eating. You know why? The moringa leaves, if you get the right one, take the right one, give it to the right person who needs it, not somebody who is eating very well. If you are eating well and your body is in good shape and good condition, if you take moringa, it will look like they will rush you to hospital, because the nutrient density will overwhelm your body. So, but if you give it to somebody who is, now if you give it to somebody who is, that's when you appreciate moringa leaves. So the boy was able to be revived. I'm telling you, a real life, it shocked me. If somebody is going through depression, I mean heavy depression, moringa is the right vegetable for such a person. Go get the baby oil. It's Mr. Nice. Okay. They say this non-heme iron in vegetable isn't as strong as in meat. Yes, non-heme iron in vegetable isn't as strong. I get what you are saying. Now let me explain what you are talking, and that's why I take sardines, because it contains the heme iron, and is you are speaking from something very, very, that we need to pay attention and listen to, because these are some of the things that a lot of people don't know. When you talk of iron, the iron in vegetables are not 100% absorbed. And that's why I said, I was just a few minutes ago, I was talking about the vegetables, some vegetables that we need to be choosing. Now, if you are taking some, although moringa contains complete amino acids, but most of the vegetables or grains, if you are focusing on them alone, you may not get that heme iron. And that heme iron is the iron that is well understood and well absorbed by the body. A lot of people have not come to understand this particular point. There was a time, when you manage some health issues, you'll be able to appreciate some of the points about this heme iron and non-heme iron. Heme iron is best understood by the body and is found mostly from the plant and from the animal side. Something is behind you. Yes, you definitely will see the thing, because this is not my studio where I take, because of the timing. It's already very, very dark here, very dark. So don't worry about that. And so what I'm trying to say is that the heme iron is the iron that you find more in animal protein. And those type of iron, the body understands it. A lot of people, they consume beans, especially in this part of the world. Once you say, look for healthy foods, they started avoiding. When you say, don't eat starch, don't eat this, the next best food is beans. And when they now take the beans, especially the ones they call iron beans and all of that, sometimes the stomach start producing a lot of gas. Yeah, say something. He moved behind me. Okay, is that what you're looking at? Don't bother about that. But I am not in the studio where I normally do my recording, but you don't have to worry. I must deliver this message. So that is not where I stay and do my recording. So this is not my studio. This is still my place. But don't worry. So what I'm saying, Blueberry, my lovely friend is already in the house too. So you can see where I'm recording from. Those of you who have been watching me, this is not my studio. But I have to make it because it's a promise I made. And even my friend Blue Butterflies, I promise to check that place for you in 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 23, about the wine thing. When we talked about the wine, yes, Ifedora is also in the house. When we talk about the wine, the taking a little wine for your often inflammatory stomach problem. Talking of Timothy, I checked it. It's 1 Timothy 5:23. So you can take that down if you haven't checked it yourself. And so what I'm saying is that for the high blood pressure, for the moringa you are talking, and for the plant-based protein, the plant protein and the plant iron, it's not they do not contain heme iron. Okay, you are asking what is the best way increasing bleeding? That is, you mean, okay, yes. You mean increasing bleeding in the body or reducing the bleeding? Please, I want to get it clear. I want you to drop that message very well. What's the best way increasing bleeding? Please, can you get it, because some people say reducing bleeding or increasing bleeding, because it's not common to talk about the blood increasing in blood in body. Okay, are you talking of the best way to increase blood in the body? I think that's what you meant. Now, the best way to increase, okay, yes, you have gotten what you're talking. The best way to thin your blood is to stay off the grid. Okay, the best way to thin your blood is to include blood thinners in your diet. Blood thinners naturally, like garlic. The blood thinners like blood thinners like blood thinners, not moringa, blood thinners like ginger. Blood thinners like ginger. Yes, blood thinners like ginger. Blood thinners like garlic. Blood thinners like turmeric. Blood thinners like black pepper. Yes, garlic is a blood thinner. Very powerful one. Don't joke with garlic. It's a blood thinner. But it works slowly. And it works well to destroy cholesterol and to destroy yeast and candida. It's one of my best spices, honestly, to destroy bacteria. And so you need to include garlic, you need to include ginger, turmeric. These are blood thinners, black pepper, cayenne pepper. These are blood thinners. The blood, to make the blood liquid enough so that it can flow. If you check your blood, for instance, if you are someone that checks your blood sugar particularly, sometimes when you press down the blood, you will notice it's very thick. I do notice it sometimes. And whenever it's very thick and dark, you will not be, and during that moment, you will not be in your best condition of health. So you need to start including the garlic, the ginger, but turmeric. If you can get fresh ones, they are the best. But if you can't get the fresh one, you can still make do with the dried ginger, dried whatever. But I don't like dried garlic. Use turmeric. These are powerful blood thinners. Black pepper, cayenne pepper, rosemary. They are all blood thinners. Blood thinners like fennel. Fennel is a blood thinner. And so you need to start including, most spices are even in the category of blood thinners. You need to be close to your blood thinner if you want your blood to be liquid. It's not something you need to go for surgery. It's not something you need to start taking medication, because the more medication you take, the thicker the blood. So the more medication you take, the thicker your blood, because the waste that are generated from the drug and medication will still be processed by the liver and the kidney. And if you are already in your fifth vaccine use this season instead the inflammation ones. Okay, I didn't really get that too. And so what I'm saying is that, okay, darling, to cut it out with such comments. Okay. So what I'm saying is that you need to, be careful with the blood thinners too. Because when you take blood thinners too much, it's going to start giving you something like an injury. No, so the blood needs to be at a balance. Not too thick and not too thin. When it's too thick, bacteria can thrive in it, especially for older adults. Bacteria infestation will be more with someone when the blood is too thick. But if you want to make it very become thinner, you start to include the spices. You start to include the garlic, the ginger, the turmeric. Remember that moringa is a blood thickener. So if your blood is thick, don't go there. You can take other vegetables, but they may not be as thickening as moringa, because moringa is too loaded. Moringa is for someone who is very weak, who is not eating, who is not even almost not eating anything. That's how moringa is. That's the best person to give moringa. Somebody that's grossly malnourished. That's the best person to give moringa. When somebody is very malnourished and it's not, if you start adding moringa, the person will start adding weight, because it has high amount of calcium, high amount of iron, everything. So all the nutrients needed by the body will be there. So if you find those people troubling you, you can ban them. Okay, I get what you are, with respect, what you mean. And I can see some of them, they are just there to cause confusion. I will be I'm coming. Okay, report, remove. Okay, I've removed that person. Deleted by Healthy Food Place. View deleted message. I've deleted that message. If you find those people troubling you, you can ban them. Don't worry. I'm taking note of them. Those people who are coming not because they want to get knowledge, not because they want to learn, but they are just coming to cause problem. So I removed that darling. I removed him. So he's trying to cause confusion. Well, yeah, I like to do my seasoning with Fanta too. Personal favor, yes. Yeah, you like to do your seasoning with. I don't know this your Fanta you are talking about. Thanks for removing. Yes, I removed that person. Remove him because it's causing the dropping spam comment. Then you are talking about lean is great too. Sorry. So you are talking about lean is great. I don't get that. Maybe it's a type of food you eat there. Here's another one. They are talking about drugs. Okay. I've removed that one too. I've deleted it. And so I will be watching them. If they continue to disturb, I will remove all of them. And so that's it. Talking about drugs. I don't know what's talking here. So using garlic, turmeric, ginger, moringa for blood thickness. Now, no, I'm talking of the moringa is for thickening the blood. So in this list you may, so using garlic, turmeric, ginger is okay for blood thinners. If you want to thin the blood, you don't need, but you have to take moringa out. Moringa leaves. You know there are two. The moringa, yes, that's the one we are talking about. So using if you are using garlic, and ginger, turmeric, cinnamon, add cinnamon. You are thinning your blood. And the one that works very fast is, if you want the blood to thin faster, use ginger and turmeric. Powerful anti-inflammatory. They thin your blood very fast. If you're having something like chest congestion, for instance, maybe you're feeling some tightness. It happened to me about 2 days ago. Honestly, something that have not happened for so many years. I've not taken cough syrup for more than 15 years. It's not as say I'm coughing. I've not. But a few days ago, I ate some amount of protein, and I think it was really much. I ate one in the evening, I ate one in the morning. So I woke up with a feeling of tightness in my chest. That's why I tell us, it does happen occasionally. But because I've also not taken ginger and all these things for some time, I went and bought bitter cola in the morning. Bitter cola is a blood thinner. I took it. Then I also took ginger, fresh ginger and turmeric. And before evening, it was over. The next morning, it was over. Then I bought, what is it called? I bought lemon juice is a blood thinner. All the vitamin C, they are blood thinners. Vitamin C is a blood thinner. Please, to get it clearer, vitamin C, the antioxidant vitamin C, works like antibiotics. It's a blood thinner. So if you are looking for blood thinner, you can look for something like apple cider vinegar. At least occasionally with the mother, I take it, not all the time, because it's a blood thinner. You can add 1 tablespoon to your warm water therapy and take it. Warm water is also good. If you are trying to thin out your blood, you need to make your water warm most of the time. Those who are managing high blood pressure should make their water warm. It helps. Make it warm, please. It helps with this lightening of your blood and reducing that push for the blood pressure to start pushing. Yes. So the apple cider is also good. This person is there and is there again. Add as moderator. Put as remove reports. Okay. Channel activity. I need to remove this report. This one. Promote. I don't report that one. So you say the comment is no longer visible. You say lean after I can get your blood flow going. Great for your mind. I don't know what he's talking about. So 1 orange, is it okay? Yes, 1 orange. 1 orange is okay because I shall be adding this, my friend, as a moderator. Please, you will permit me to do it. This is my lady friend from Israel. So I'm adding you as a moderator. Please. Okay. Okay. I'll remove it. Let me leave it first. So use 1 orange is okay. Yes, orange injected with fen. I don't know what you mean by injected with fen. 1 orange is okay. I don't report this one again. All those people I reported again. So, okay, Topper Gate. Which one is Topper Gate? I don't know you. We'll talk about that. So, I'm removing them. Don't mind them. You said Fantai is not a drug. Get your facts right, please. Topper Gate cannot be a moderator here.